God says, "My child, I see the weight on your heart, the nights when sleep refuses to come, and the tears you hide from the world. I see every silent prayer, every quiet struggle, and the moments when you felt invisible even in the company of those who call themselves family. There is a family member, someone close, whose eyes are opening to the truth about you, truths you never thought they would understand, truths that you hoped would remain unseen. They are beginning to notice the courage in your quiet sacrifices, the resilience behind your smile, and perhaps the depth of the pain you've carried alone for so long. My child, this awareness will shake you. It will make your heart race, make you question their intentions, and perhaps make you fear exposure. But know this: every tear you have shed, every silent prayer whispered in the dark, has been seen and recorded. You are not alone, for I am with you, and Archangel Michael stands by your side, ready to protect your spirit. Before you continue, take a deep breath. Feel the presence of God and Archangel Michael around you. The truth that is being revealed is not meant to harm you, it is meant to bring light, even if it feels like a storm at first. And as you feel that storm brewing inside, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect on your journey. Every hardship, every betrayal, every quiet tear has prepared you for this moment. The family member who is beginning to see your truth may react with surprise, disbelief, or even anger. Their mind may struggle to understand what they have ignored or overlooked for so long. But God has placed this moment in your life for a reason. It is a step toward freedom, toward emotional release, and toward a new understanding of your value. If you are ready, take a moment to acknowledge the courage it has taken to reach this point. You have survived nights when hope seemed lost. You have carried burdens quietly, never asking for recognition or praise. You have faced criticism, doubt, and the judgment of others, yet you have remained steadfast. Now, this family member is beginning to see behind the veil, catching glimpses of your inner strength and the reality of your life. Their perspective is changing, whether they understand it fully or not. And this change, my child, is a gift, even if it comes with confusion or emotional turbulence. At this point, I want you to understand the power of this revelation. When someone close to you begins to see the truth, it is not just about exposure, it is about connection. It is about allowing your real self to be recognized and honored. Archangel Michael whispers courage to your soul. He tells you that the moment they learn the truth is not the moment to hide. Stand firm in your heart, even if your hands tremble or your voice shakes. The fear you feel is natural, but it will pass. Your light, which has been quietly shining in the darkness, will now meet eyes that may have overlooked it before. And even if those eyes are filled with doubt or judgment, your spirit remains untouched. Take a moment to prepare yourself for the emotions that are about to arise. When this family member sees the truth, they may cry. They may be shocked. They may feel a mix of guilt, regret, and surprise. And their tears may mirror the tears you have shed in private. Sometimes, the first sign of understanding comes not through words but through uncontrollable emotion. Their reaction, whatever it may be, is a reflection of awakening. They are beginning to recognize that you have lived a life full of battles they could not see. And in that recognition, my child, lies the first step toward healing, both for you and for them. Pause for a moment and breathe again. Let the warmth of God's presence fill your heart. Let Archangel Michael's protection surround you like a shield. No matter what happens, your value is not diminished by misunderstanding or shock. Your courage, your resilience, and your love remain intact. The family member's awareness of your truth does not define you, it simply illuminates a path you have been walking all along. And as their understanding grows, so too will the potential for reconciliation, forgiveness, and renewed connection. Now, I want to remind you of one important thing: do not rush this process. Let emotions unfold naturally. Allow yourself to feel the tension, the fear, and even the joy that comes with being seen for who you truly are. Archangel Michael stands ready to guide you through moments of confusion or doubt, offering strength when you feel vulnerable. God's light will pierce the shadows, revealing clarity where there was once uncertainty. Trust in this divine timing. Your family members' recognition of your truth is a sign that the universe is aligning to bring understanding, even if it does not feel immediate or complete. Remember, my child, that every tear you shed, every quiet moment of doubt, every silent prayer has brought you here. This moment, though intense, is part of your journey of spiritual growth and emotional freedom. You are not defined by what others think or say, but by the love and resilience within your heart. Stand firm, allow the emotions to flow, and trust that God and Archangel Michael are guiding every step. And now, before we continue deeper into this journey, if you feel moved by these words, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and comment "Amen" to affirm your faith and courage. Let this be the first small step toward embracing the truth that is finally coming to light. The moment of revelation may feel overwhelming, as if your world is tilting and the ground beneath you is unsure. The family member's eyes may widen with disbelief, or their lips may tremble, searching for words they cannot find. Their mind will try to process what they have just realized: years of unspoken emotions, unseen struggles, and sacrifices that were never acknowledged. And in that processing, my child, there is a sacred opportunity. Their tears, their silence, or even their questions are signs that the veil is lifting. It is in these moments of vulnerability that understanding begins to take root, and hearts are drawn closer through shared humanity and divine guidance. Your role, however, is not to control their reaction but to remain grounded in your truth. Archangel Michael reminds you that your heart's strength is unshakable. God whispers that every hidden struggle you have endured has prepared you for this very moment. Stand tall, even if your own tears threaten to spill. Your spirit has been fortified through trials, and now it is time to witness the awakening of someone close to you. Their awareness is not the conclusion but the beginning, a doorway opening toward reconciliation, acknowledgement, and love that has been waiting patiently for both of you. The moment has passed, and yet the echo of it lingers in your heart. That glance, that subtle change in expression from your family member, may have seemed small to anyone else, but to you, it carries a weight far heavier than words could describe. They have begun to see fragments of your life, glimpses of your struggles, and perhaps pieces of the courage you have carried silently all these years. The awareness that someone close to you is finally noticing the truth can feel like a sudden gust of wind, powerful, unsettling, and impossible to ignore. Your mind races, wondering what they are thinking, how they will respond, and whether this understanding will bring comfort or confusion. The flood of emotions may feel uncontrollable. There is fear, the fear of being judged, of being misunderstood, or of having your deepest vulnerabilities exposed. There is anxiety, wondering if their perception will change, if the bond you have cherished will shift under the weight of truth. But intertwined with these fears is a subtle thread of hope, a quiet, almost trembling recognition that being truly seen might be the start of something you have longed for: understanding, acceptance, and emotional connection. Even though the thought is both exciting and terrifying, it is a sign of growth. The universe, guided by God's hand, is setting the stage for you to embrace a truth that has always existed within you. Take a moment to reflect on the journey that brought you here. Every silent tear, every quiet act of bravery, every time you endured the weight of expectations or the judgment of others, has shaped you into the person you are today. These experiences have prepared you for this revelation, equipping you with resilience, compassion, and an inner strength that can withstand even the most intense scrutiny. Archangel Michael stands nearby, his presence a shield against doubt and fear. He reminds you that your courage is your greatest ally. Your truth is not something to hide in shame but a light to illuminate your path and, eventually, the path of others around you. As you observe the subtle reactions of your family member, you may begin to recall the moments they might have noticed, even if they didn't realize it at the time. Perhaps they remember the quiet sacrifices you made, the times you forgave silently, or the moments when you offered support despite your own pain. They might recall fleeting expressions, whispered words, or small gestures that now seem significant in the light of truth. All these pieces converge, forming an image of your life that they are only beginning to understand. And while their awareness might come with confusion or hesitation, it is also an opening, a doorway to genuine understanding. Yet, within this opening lies a challenge: the vulnerability of being known. Your heart may tighten, and the instinct to retreat may rise, urging you to protect yourself from potential disappointment or misinterpretation. But I, God, remind you, my child, that vulnerability is not weakness. It is a bridge to connection, a path that leads to reconciliation and deeper relationships. Archangel Michael's sword is not here to fight for you but to guide and shield you, allowing you to face these moments with clarity and courage. Even as emotions swirl like a storm around you, remember that you are protected and guided. There may be moments when the family member's reactions catch you off guard. A question posed innocently but with sharp intent, a look of disbelief, or a sigh that carries unspoken judgment. These moments may sting, but they are part of the process. They are signs that truth is being acknowledged, even if not fully understood yet. And with every moment that passes, the bond between you has the potential to transform. Understanding is not instant, it is cultivated through patience, empathy, and mutual recognition. Your courage in allowing yourself to be seen, even imperfectly, is a catalyst for this transformation. In these moments, the weight of your emotions might feel overwhelming. Tears may rise unbidden, memories may resurface, and the ache of long-suppressed feelings may press against your chest. This is natural, and it is part of the process of healing and awakening. Each tear you shed, each quiet whisper of your heart, is a release, a step toward liberation. God's presence surrounds you like a warm embrace, and Archangel Michael's strength steadies your spirit. You do not need to face these emotions alone, they are meant to be felt, processed, and eventually transformed into resilience and clarity. As the family member begins to grasp fragments of your truth, notice how it shifts your inner world. You may feel a mix of relief and tension, excitement and apprehension, hope and doubt. This juxtaposition is the natural rhythm of human experience when long-hidden truths emerge. Accept each feeling without judgment, for every emotion carries a message. Some may remind you of past pain, others may highlight the strength you have carried quietly, and some may illuminate possibilities for future connection and reconciliation. This is the divine work of transformation, my child, and it is unfolding according to a plan you cannot yet fully see. Pause now and listen to the stillness within your heart. Amid the chaos of feelings, there is a gentle, unwavering presence, the presence of God, watching over you, guiding every step, and assuring you that your life, your struggles, and your tears have purpose. Archangel Michael whispers courage into your soul, urging you to remain grounded, to remain steadfast, and to trust that the revelation of your truth is a step toward liberation, not judgment. It is important to remember that the process of being truly known is not linear. There will be moments of doubt, moments when you feel the urge to retreat, and moments when your heart feels exposed. These are natural, even necessary, steps toward deeper understanding. Trust that every tear, every heartbeat, and every moment of vulnerability is part of a divine choreography, leading both you and your family member toward recognition, empathy, and ultimately, emotional healing. Even if their understanding is incomplete or their reactions are imperfect, your courage in facing the truth sets a new precedent. It signals that the love, resilience, and depth of your spirit cannot be ignored. Archangel Michael reminds you that strength is not the absence of tears but the presence of faith amidst them. God assures you that your value has never been contingent on being hidden or unseen. Your truth is a light, and even the smallest flicker of acknowledgement from someone close to you carries immense significance. In this unfolding journey, my child, every subtle sign matters. The lingering look, the hesitant question, the quiet moment of reflection, these are all proof that truth is breaking through, and that understanding, though slow, is taking root. Stand firm in your heart, trust in the divine guidance surrounding you, and know that the moment you feared is also the moment where healing begins. The path ahead is not without challenge, but it is guided by love, protection, and the unwavering presence of God and Archangel Michael. The air feels heavier now. The room seems quieter, as if the walls themselves are holding their breath, waiting for what will happen next. Your family member has begun to see pieces of your life that were once hidden, and now, their gaze is searching, curious, uncertain, perhaps even cautious. You feel the tension in the space between you, a silent question hanging in the air. How will they react to what they are beginning to understand? Will they recoil in shock, or will they lean in with empathy, trying to bridge the gap that years of misunderstanding created? In moments like this, the heart races, and the mind churns with endless possibilities, yet your spirit must remain steady. Archangel Michael stands beside you, his presence firm, reminding you that courage is not the absence of fear but the choice to act in spite of it. You may feel the impulse to explain, to justify, or to defend yourself. But God, in His infinite wisdom, whispers a different guidance. Speak only what your heart can bear, and let your actions, your silence, and your strength reveal the truth as it is. Words can sometimes dilute the power of truth, while presence and integrity speak more loudly than any explanation. Trust that what your family member is seeing now is enough to spark the understanding that has long been delayed. They may not grasp everything immediately, but the awareness has begun, and that is the first step toward genuine connection. As the moment stretches, emotions rise like a tide within you. Memories of past struggles surface, moments when you felt unseen, unheard, or undervalued. You recall the quiet sacrifices, the nights spent holding your own heart together when there was no one else to lean on, and the countless times you chose patience over confrontation, love over resentment. All of these experiences have prepared you for this very moment. And though the weight of them may press on your chest, God's presence reminds you that every trial has strengthened your spirit, making you resilient and capable of facing even the most challenging interactions. The family member may begin to ask questions. Their tone might carry surprise, doubt, or even a hint of reproach, but this is part of the process. Their questions are not necessarily judgments, they are signs that their awareness is deepening. They are piecing together the puzzle of your life, connecting the unseen dots, and confronting the reality they may have ignored or misunderstood before. Your responses, calm and measured, serve as a mirror for their emotions. In your steadiness, they may find the reassurance needed to face their own feelings, the guilt, confusion, or regret that surfaces when the truth is revealed. It is natural for your heart to quiver at this stage. The urge to retreat, to hide behind silence or indifference, may whisper in your mind. But Archangel Michael strengthens you now, reminding you that vulnerability is not a weakness. Showing your authentic self, even under scrutiny, is an act of immense bravery. The family member's awareness, no matter how imperfectly received, is a gift. It is an opportunity for connection, for empathy, and for healing that has been postponed for too long. Embrace this moment, even if it feels overwhelming, for it carries the potential to transform relationships and bring long-awaited understanding. In the quiet pauses between their words, you sense the shift. Perhaps they glance at you differently, with a softness that was not there before, or perhaps their lips tremble as they search for a response. These subtle signs are meaningful. They indicate that the truth is reaching them, penetrating layers of assumption and misperception that have existed for years. Even if they cannot fully articulate their feelings, the emotional impact is undeniable. And it is in these unspoken moments that the seeds of reconciliation and mutual respect are planted. Your own emotions may surge unpredictably. You might feel a mix of pride and vulnerability, sadness and relief, fear and hope. This complex interplay is natural and necessary. God reminds you that your tears, your hesitations, and your quiet strength are all part of your authentic self. Each feeling you allow yourself to experience, without judgment, deepens your connection to the divine and strengthens the integrity of your spirit. Archangel Michael whispers courage into your soul, reinforcing the idea that strength is found not in suppressing emotion, but in embracing it with faith and clarity. As the conversation, or perhaps the silent understanding, continues, reflect on the subtle ways you have grown. The pain of being misunderstood, the loneliness of hidden struggles, and the weight of unspoken truths have forged a resilience that cannot be shaken. This resilience now manifests as quiet confidence, a presence that communicates more than words ever could. Your family member may feel it, even if they cannot yet fully grasp the depth of your experiences. This silent strength becomes a guiding light, helping them navigate their own emotional response while opening the door to empathy and recognition. It is important to remember, my child, that healing does not happen instantly. This moment is not the conclusion, it is part of a journey. There may be misunderstandings, moments of tension, or even tears that feel uncontrollable. These are natural and necessary, serving as catalysts for deeper understanding and connection. God and Archangel Michael are guiding every interaction, ensuring that even in moments of discomfort, your heart remains protected, and your spirit remains resilient. Trust in the divine timing of this process. The intensity of the moment may reach its peak when the family member's emotions can no longer be contained. Perhaps tears spill, perhaps their voice falters, or perhaps silence speaks louder than words ever could. This is a sacred point of awakening, a juncture where understanding and compassion begin to emerge. Your courage in remaining grounded and authentic has created a space where truth can be embraced, even if imperfectly. The spiritual energy surrounding both of you amplifies the potential for reconciliation and emotional healing, showing that truth, though sometimes painful, is always a path to liberation. And now, as you stand in the midst of this confrontation or revelation, remember to breathe deeply and feel the presence of God's light filling your heart. Archangel Michael's sword, ever vigilant, ensures that no negativity or fear can overwhelm your spirit. Every glance, every question, every tear that passes between you and your family member is part of a divine process, leading toward understanding, empathy, and eventual peace. Trust that the lessons of the past, the strength you have cultivated, and the love you carry within are guiding you through this pivotal moment. The air feels lighter now, as if a burden you didn't even fully recognize has begun to lift. The family member, whose eyes once held doubt and uncertainty, now carries a new awareness, a soft understanding of the truth you have lived silently for so long. Tears may be rolling down their cheeks, uncontrollable and raw, reflecting the pain they had never realized existed within you, as well as the relief of finally seeing your heart as it truly is. And as their tears fall, so too does a layer of tension, of fear, and of misunderstanding that has long lingered between you. This is the moment of release, the quiet miracle of emotional honesty. God, who has watched every struggle, every quiet act of courage, smiles upon this moment, and Archangel Michael stands vigilant, ensuring that your spirit remains safe and unshaken amidst the storm of emotions. You may feel your own tears mixing with theirs, a cascade of unspoken emotions that cannot be contained. The uncontrollable tears streaming down your face are not just expressions of sadness, they are symbols of liberation, of letting go, and of the spiritual and emotional weight that has been lifted after years of being misunderstood. God is here, embracing both your spirit and the spirit of your family member, showing that even when truths are difficult, divine love can transform the hardest moments into healing. Archangel Michael whispers courage and protection, ensuring that every emotional wave passes through without harm, leaving clarity and peace in its wake. In this sacred moment, words may feel unnecessary. The depth of understanding is felt, not spoken. Your family member may reach out, hesitantly or with urgency, perhaps holding your hand or placing a gentle touch on your shoulder. Their actions speak louder than any apology or explanation. And in that silent exchange, something profound happens: connection. A bridge is formed between hearts that may have been distant or wounded, and it is built on the foundation of truth finally acknowledged. God has orchestrated this moment, aligning hearts and minds in a delicate dance of empathy, love, and forgiveness. Reflect now on your own journey, my child. The tears you have shed in private, the nights spent in quiet contemplation, the prayers whispered in the dark, all of these have prepared you to receive this blessing. You have endured, you have fought, and you have grown stronger than you realized. And now, in this emotional climax, you can witness the beauty of your resilience, how it has not only protected you but has also paved the way for understanding, reconciliation, and spiritual awakening. Archangel Michael reminds you that your courage has created a safe space for vulnerability, allowing both hearts to breathe freely for the first time in what may feel like forever. Even as relief floods your chest, God gently reminds you to remain grounded in this blessing. Understanding is a gift, but it is also a responsibility. It asks you to continue showing patience, compassion, and love, not only toward the family member but also toward yourself. Recognize the strength it took to remain authentic, to allow yourself to be seen without fear of judgment. Every tear that falls, every breath that steadies your racing heart, is proof of your inner fortitude and spiritual alignment. This is your reward for holding on to faith and trusting that divine timing will reveal the right moment for truth to emerge. As the emotional storm begins to calm, you may notice subtle changes in your family members' demeanor. There is perhaps a softness in their gaze, a gentleness in their voice, and a quiet reverence for the life you have lived so bravely. They may speak words of apology, of understanding, or of admiration, and every syllable carries the weight of newfound empathy. Your own heart may swell with both relief and gratitude, a recognition that even after years of misunderstanding, connection is possible. God's presence is felt in these moments of reconciliation, reminding you that every hardship, every tear, and every act of courage has led to this sacred unfolding. Now, let your heart open fully to the blessings that surround you. God showers you with peace, with clarity, with the knowledge that your worth has never been contingent upon the approval or ignorance of others. Archangel Michael stands guard, ensuring that the love, understanding, and spiritual protection you have received remain constant and unwavering. Your path ahead is now illuminated with possibilities, emotional freedom, strengthened relationships, and the divine guidance that will carry you through every challenge yet to come. Recognize this as a turning point, a moment when your heart can finally rest, knowing that truth has been seen, embraced, and honored. You may feel a profound sense of gratitude welling up within you, a recognition of the divine orchestration behind every challenge, every tear, and every moment of silent endurance. Your courage has not gone unnoticed. God has been with you every step of the way, and Archangel Michael's protection has ensured that your spirit remains strong and unbroken. Let these blessings fill your being, grounding you in love, strength, and clarity. The family members' tears, their understanding, and their eventual acceptance are not merely reactions, they are part of the divine healing unfolding around you, a reflection of the power of truth and resilience. As this moment draws to its natural conclusion, take a deep breath and feel the full weight of your liberation. You have faced fear, uncertainty, and exposure, and you have emerged stronger, wiser, and more spiritually attuned than ever before. The path ahead is bright with possibility. Trust that God continues to guide you, that Archangel Michael continues to protect you, and that the love within your heart will continue to shape your relationships, your choices, and your destiny. And now, my child, as you reflect on this journey and the emotional transformation that has taken place, if these words have moved your spirit, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and comment, Amen, to honor the blessings you have received and the healing that has begun. Let this final step mark the celebration of your courage, your resilience, and the divine guidance that will continue to lead you toward peace, understanding, and abundance. You have faced the storm, you have embraced the truth, and you have witnessed the uncontrollable tears of recognition, empathy, and connection. Your journey continues, but now it is illuminated by divine love, protection, and the spiritual strength that comes from being fully seen. God and Archangel Michael are with you always, and your heart is now open to the blessings that await: emotional clarity, renewed relationships, spiritual growth, and the peace that comes from knowing your truth has been honored.